You got any last words, horse thief? Say 'em.
You're scum, all of you. Forcing my young'uns to watch this.
Might be a lesson they won't forget. You've got something to say to your boy, say it.
Got something to say. Man has a right to a piece of land. Remember that, boys. Get it, stay on it, and make it yours. Jeb, come here. That's all I got, son. John? John? Son, come here. John. Son, come here.
John.
Pa called you.
I ain't got no pa.
Get it over. I'll show you how to die.
Sorry you had to see this, boy. What's your name?
John.
John what?
Just John.
Ashamed of his name, huh?
I ain't ashamed of it. It's Colbert. Jed Colbert.
Jed? What kind of name is that?
His name is Jedediah.
I'm going to give him a name folks will remember. Chip. Because he's sure a chip off the old block. I'm going to give you a name, too. Brazos. And you'll always remember this spot. And this hanging, too.
John Brazos. It'll do.
You're on your own now, both of you. We don't want your breed in Brazos country. You or your brother. Now take that pink horse your pa stole and ride on out of here. But don't either one of you ever come back.
We'll leave on foot.
Son, you catch on real fast. You want that horse legal. I'm going to give you a bill of sale.
All right, if it's legal.
Now get.
You leave me alone, John!
It's my duty to take care of you, and if you don't behave, I'll tan your hide, Jedediah. Chip.
I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll never forget.
The ensuing years passed swiftly, and Chip, now a grown man, proceeded to make good his threats of violence against society. As leader of the ruthless Blue Chip Gang, his colorful garb soon became a symbol of terror throughout the newly formed Arizona Territory.
Out of prison a few weeks. Already you and that gunslinging pal of yours are as thick as thieves.
Slick's an old friend. I don't deny old friends.
But you do deny that you're both after horses.
I told you we're gonna catch 'em wild.
Steal them, isn't that what you mean? Haven't you learned anything? I sent you up for 8 years once. I'll do it again and longer. Even if I am your brother.
You mean because I am your brother?
Listen, isn't there enough of a stench on the Coburn name? Why do you think I call myself Brazos? Because of you and what you've been. You and that blue chip gang of yours. Boy, you and the old man are quite a pair.
Maybe we both wanted the same thing. Some land, some cattle, and a decent place to live.
Yeah, and you'd steal to get them, wouldn't you? I warn you, wherever you go, if you break the law, I'm going to be there. I'll kill you before I see you wind up at the end of a rope, Chip.
You want bigger things yourself, don't you? And you'd kill to get them. And that piece of tin, that makes you feel bigger.
One more thing. Katie Porter wanted to be here today. I talked her out of it. She waited for you for 8 years. You're not worth 8 minutes.
Maybe you're right. She's a nice girl.
Plenty of your kind of women around, Chip. Like the redhead you got in the hotel across the street. Yeah, I know about her. Everybody knows about Lou.
I've been around most every town. My heart's been loose and free. But now I want to settle down and trap a man for me. Oh, I need a man who's big and strong, who knows just how to love me and never do me wrong. I'm only human, I can't fight nature's plan, 'cause I'm the kind of woman, love-hungry woman, the kind of woman who's gotta have a man. Once I was hurt and kicked like dirt, it almost broke my heart. Though I've been burned, my lips have learned just what a kiss can start. Oh, I need a man who's straight and true, who'll cater to my comfort when rent time's overdue. I'll treat him nicer than any woman can, 'cause I'm the kind of female that's gotta have a he-male. Yes, I'm the kind of woman who's gotta have a man. I ain't had things like wedding rings, but now I'm getting wise. I want a wild and rugged man that I can civilize. Oh, I need a man to handle me, who'll keep me warm with kisses and love me tenderly. Gals live for loving since the world began, and I'm the kind of woman, love-hungry woman. Yes, I'm the kind of woman who's gotta have a man.
Here. You need this.
Thanks.
I needed that. John gave you a bad time, didn't he?
He doesn't worry me.
It's my fault, Chip. You should never have come near Prescott.
We agreed to meet here, so I came. I made it easy for John to find me, so he could tell me he heard something. But he won't stop me this time. I'll get everything I want.
Including me?
Slick and I are running horses out of Colorado. No questions asked. That'll get me everything I need.
You haven't answered my question.
This land will make me rich. Tucson, Arizona. A herd of horses for 1,000 acres of the finest grazing land in the Santa Cruz Valley.
And me? Where do I fit in, hmm?
Lou, you go back to Tucson, you wait for me 3 months. That's all it'll take, I promise. Then everything will be just like the old days.
Chip, what if I want more than just the old man?
You talk too much.
You're not getting off.
I got business with Mr. Chisholm.
What kind of business?
Well, that's between us.
He's stubborn, isn't he? Yeah. I said, what kind of business?
Hold it.
Oh. No guns.
Kind of brave, too.
Look, this was supposed to be a friendly visit.
What's in the saddlebag?
What's this all about?
Get it. I said for Hondo to get it. Deal with Matt Chisholm. That's all right here. Horses for a piece of the Santa Cruz Valley. Hear that? A piece of the valley. You ain't got no deal, mister.
Maybe Chisholm will have something to say about it.
Chisholm ain't talking to nobody. He's dead.
Will, what did Matt Chisholm die of?
Old Matt was a hard-drinking man when he shouldn't have been. I guess everybody knew that, especially Ben Bodine, his overseer. But I don't suppose anybody ever told old Matt what he could do or couldn't do. So Ben made it easy for the old man to drink himself to death.
What about this Bodine?
He's managed Chisholm's spread for years. He's always had a hankering to ride around big like the old man. Right now, with the help of a foreman named Cass, he's doing it.
Yeah. I was out there today.
I'd already figured that out for myself. With Chisholm gone, Bodine's chasing everybody off the land. He wants it all for himself.
Including the Santa Cruz Basin.
Especially the basin. That's the choicest part of the Turkey Track Ranch. The one part Bodine will want for himself.
Look, Will, I had a deal with Matt Chisholm.
Forget it. It died with Matt. You've got no deal and you've got no place to go. That is, up to now.
Go on.
The old man let the farmers have good cropland for free. That's the kind of a man he was. But with Chisholm gone, every two-bit outfit in the valley be fighting to get their hands on that land.
Let them fight.
Bodine's hiring gunslingers as far north as Colorado. I'm gonna have my hands full.
You got a point. Go ahead.
We've known each other how long? 10 years, 12 years?
Yeah, just about, I guess.
And we've always been pretty good friends, right?
Till you picked up that tin star.
It's because I found out it pays more in the long run. Why don't you try it? I could use a good deputy.
Me? I don't even carry a gun.
Pays $50 a month, good place to bed down, gives you a job and a reason for hanging around. And like everybody else in Tucson, you've got your eye on the basin. Maybe I can help you get it.
I'll get it. My way.
The Sodbusters got their own association. Their head man, Clem Haney, don't take to violence. But if the rest of them decide what to do, Haney will go along with them as long as it's a law that's carrying a gun.
I'm through with trouble.
If you wear a badge, that'll make the difference.
The law? No, I'm not interested. In Bodine or the farmers, I don't care about anybody.
There comes the big man himself, Ben Bodine. Used to ride a plain buckboard. Now it's a fancy rig. Just look at him with a girl. And what a girl. None of my business, but
That's right. It's none of your business.
That's better.
Better than what?
Well, you're here, Chip, and we're together.
Yeah, but I got no deal. Matt Chisholm's dead.
Well, you can still trade your horses.
With who? Chisholm was the only man in the territory that would handle my kind of merchandise.
What are you trying to tell me?
You still gotta wait, Lou.
Chip, I waited for you to get out, and that was hard. I waited for you to make good. I'm tired of waiting. Chip, when my father moved out to the territory, a failure, he said one thing, wait. Well, we waited. I used to run away from our shack and look down in the valley at a beautiful house. Chip, that's what I want, a big ranch house with soft beds, rugs on the floor, good food, and a woman to help me dress for my dinner parties, and candles on the table, like Matt Chisholm's house.
Ben Bodine, he showed you the place.
Yes, today.
That's what you want? With Bodine?
No, Chip, no. I'd much rather be with you.
Makes a nice picture. Bodine's #1 in the territory now. You married to him. But he bothered to ask you.
Yes, he asked me.
If you wanted the place so bad, why'd you wait to be asked?
You're not even trying to understand.
Oh, sure, I understand. I understand real good. You love me, but you want to marry him. I wait out in the stable and back. When you get time, you sneak out. I'm good for that, if nothing else. Huh?
Please, Chip.
Get something straight. I'm #1. I don't play seconds for you or anybody else.
This is Clem Haney, spokesman for the farmers. Mr. Haney, this is Chip Coburn, the man I was talking to you about a couple of days ago.
Howdy. Do you want me to drink, Mr. Haney?
No, thanks, Mr. Coburn. I don't drink.
I think Mr. Haney has something interesting in mind for you.
There's to be an auction of the Chisholm Ranch. Now, we aim to buy land legal and proper, but the Grange feels they need your help.
Why me?
Things are moving fast. Bodine's been named top gun for the cattlemen, and he's out to get the farmers. Even if they bought up Chisholm's land, he's vowed to throw them out of the basin.
Now, we're not men given to violence, Mr. Coburn. But the others want you with them. They're willing to make it worth your while, 40 acres of the choicest land, as much as any of us will get.
40 acres.
It's a start. I'm willing to throw in a deputy's badge, which means the law will be on your side.
Look, Will, I told you I don't want any part of the law. I haven't got any trouble, and I don't want to buy any trouble.
Hey, that's my girl. What are you doing? Come on. Hey, come on, have a drink with me.
Sheriff, I want you to meet a friend of mine, not just Poe.
Ain't you the sheriff says we got no right keeping trespassers off the old man's ranch?
I said that no person who has business out there has any reason to be molested.
Seems to me there's nothing wrong in keeping drifters and thieving sodbusters off the land.
I'll give you to sundown to get out of town and stay out of town. I've heard about you.
Well, that's kind of harsh, Sheriff.
I ain't done nothing yet.
You've been told.
Seems to me he don't like me much. Wouldn't you say so, mister?
I'd say so.
Got any more letters? This here's our friend with the letter. I bet he reads and writes, too.
He said sundown, didn't he?
You ain't done nothing.
Well, maybe you'll listen to me. I beg a little.
You know, I think that sheriff wants them farmers to get that land.
Sodbuster sheriff in cattle territory. That don't make sense. Of course, you never can tell about a sheriff like that. Almost anything can happen.
Where you going?
Hey, mister. Sorry about the hand. How about a drink?
Man said he was buying.
I don't like company.
Hey, Sheriff!
Fired at the can. Everybody saw that. Then he drew on it.
Oh! What's the trouble here?
All right, what happened? I was just having a little fun. He drew on me. Man has to protect himself.
Did you see it, Sturgis?
It's like he says, Ben. He threw the can, plugged it, and then the sheriff drew on him.
Notches, you know the law about helling in the streets. We've lost a good man in Blaine. Nobody regrets that more than I do. Still, a man has the right to defend himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we must continue to preserve law and order in Tucson. And I suggest we name Frank Cass as temporary sheriff until a legal election can be held. Any objection?
Yeah.
No, none at all.
All right, Sheriff. Get your badge. Oh, folks, everybody's invited into town tonight in honor of my soon-to-be wedding. Get up!
Get up. Come on. Come on, get up.
What are you doing down here, Slick?
Well, that's a friendly kind of greeting.
I told you to wait in Fᴜʟʟ until you heard from me.
Well, I got the word. I heard Matt Chisholm was dead. The whole territory knows it. I tried to catch up to you in Prescott, and they came down here.
Well, that's too bad. You wasted a trip.
I don't think so. The looks of this town looks wide open. Leastwise, you could buy me a drink.
You're on.
Yes, sir. A man dreams of a setup like this. Wide open, no questions asked. What's this Bodine paying for gunslingers?
I don't know, but he couldn't pay us enough.
What's wrong with his money? What do we got working for us? Horses that nobody wants, except a dead man?
Don't you worry about him. We'll turn him loose.
Turn him loose? Those horses will bring money. Lots of it.
You heard me. When the time comes, we'll turn him loose.
You're crazy. Just like Katie Porter said.
What do you mean by that?
I ran into her in Prescott. She tried to pump me with a lot of questions. I told her nothing. And then she asked me if I was going to see you. And I said, maybe. And then she said, if you do, give my love. I think she meant it. What are you doing with a nice girl like Katie Porter?
You know, you sound like my brother.
Oh, that's why you want to turn them horses loose. That's why you won't work for Bodine.
Slick, this is not my fight. I don't want any part of it. I'm neutral.
Neutral? Nobody stays neutral with a man like Bodine. Why, in a few weeks he'll run this valley so's even John Brazos won't be able to move in on him. Now, suppose I go back to Pueblo and round up the boys.
No, Slick. The blue chip gang is dead, finished.
You mean you're gonna talk somebody out of something you want?
I'll get what I want. I'll get it my way. And it won't be 40 acres, and it won't be 1,000 acres. I'll get that whole Santa Cruz Basin. Let Bodine fight over it. Let him fight the farmers. If he wins, fine. If the farmers win, so much the better. But I'll get it.
You got it all figured out. Simple like, huh?
Come on, you drink too much. Let's get some sleep.
Can I see you a minute, Dermot?
Good. Mr. Coburn, I'd like you to meet some of my friends. This is Jim Overland. Mr. Coburn. Bob Streeter. Sam Rosen.
All right. Not too many of you here today. A lot of cattlemen, though.
No need for a lot of us, friend. Only lead to trouble.
Well, you're smart.
You can't keep us from bidding.
Not if you got the money. Unfortunately, the land you want is the land of Bodine's got to have.
Santa Cruz Basin.
The best of it. But money talks.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't speak loud enough. We need a man like you.
Now, you got the wrong man, friend. I'm a cattleman. I talk their language, not yours.
You hatching up something, Haney? You farmers cause a ruckus, we'll take care of you. Every one of you.
All right, Mr. Auctioneer, Ben Bodine's here. You can start now.
All right, clear the way for Mrs. Bodine. Clear the way, you sodbusters.
Never mind, Hondo. I'll look the place over, Ben. Do you mind?
Go right ahead, honey. It'll be yours before lunchtime. You might as well get used to it.
See a ghost? Could be. What kind of ghost? Kind of means trouble.
You're nervous. In your business, you can't afford to be nervous.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Pursuant to the laws of the Arizona Territory, I have been appointed by the court, Judge Preston B. Newby presiding, to auction off the property of Matthew Chisholm, deceased, the Turkey Track Ranch. And the aforementioned property is to be auctioned off in blocks, according to the laws of the Arizona Territory, to the highest bidder.
Nice, hmm?
It's not to my taste.
Nothing about me is to your taste, is it?
In about an hour, Mrs. Bodine, you'll own the land. You can order me off then.
Yes, I guess I could. You knew I'd be here, Chip. Why did you come?
I wasn't invited to the wedding. I thought I'd take a look at the present.
Why?
I wanted to see just what it takes to get you.
You had to say something like that, didn't you?
If it's in me, I say it.
You still love me, don't you, Chip?
Well, Lou, let's say I remember a lot of things.
You can't push me out of your life, can you?
You're doing the pushing.
Chip, don't you see? Everything can be just like it was before.
Well, this isn't the stable, but it's the same as one. At least you could wait till you moved in.
You earned that.
Yeah. I earned it.
And now another block of 2,000 fine acres, known as Grassy Flats. Do I have a bid?
2 bits an acre.
$1.
$1 has been bid. Do I have another bid? Gentlemen, I'm waiting. Sold to Mr. Ben Bodine for $1 per acre. May I have your draft, Mr. Bodine, please? Oh. Thank you, Mr. Bodine. Ladies and gentlemen, the next section is known as Rock Creek. What am I bid?
10 cents an acre.
2 bits an acre.
Worthless rock and cholla range. Let the sodbusters have it.
Mrs. Bodine, your pa was a homesteader like us. You know how rough it is. Now, with your husband keeping the bid so high, we ain't had a chance at any of that good land. Couldn't you ask him to...
To go easy? Why should I?
What's going on here? Can a lady be trusted around you sodbusters without you forgetting your manners?
Well, we meant no offense, Sheriff.
Don't give me any lip, Haney, or I'll throw all of you in jail.
On what charge?
You keep your bill out of this, stranger.
Then answer my question.
Hey, Cass, I don't think you've met this gentleman. Slick Kirby.
Slick Kirby? Huh. Glad to meet you.
I'd bet you're glad.
Hondo, take Lou to the buggy and see that she stays there.
And now I have the home site, which includes the...
I know what it includes. Let's get done with it. I figured at 5 an acre. Dermot stands behind it.
This is irregular, Mr. Bodine. I must put it to public bid.
Do you hear any?
Yes, this gentleman back here.
2 bits an acre. That seems to be the popular price around here.
Sold to Mr. Ben Bodine at $5 an acre. And now we have the remaining block, the Santa Cruz Basin. On this one, the bids will start at $1.
$1!
How can you pay that kind of money?
We've got to have that land, Mr. Auctioneer. This is life and death to us. It's good farming land, the best in the territory. It'll give us a chance to build something for ourselves.
It'll ruin good grazing land.
Well, you cattlemen will benefit, too. That land, if used for farming, will bring new settlers. Homes and families and churches.
Do you have the money to back this bid?
Yes, sir. We have some financial support from the Exchange Bank in Omaha.
You're interested in money, not speeches, isn't that right?
By the law, I am required to honor your bids.
110.
115.
130.
Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Sold to Mr. Bodine.
Add that amount to the draft, Dermot. I can't do that. I must have the cash. Why? Well, you don't seem to realize that you've been plunging heavily today.
The last bid offered was $1.15. Am I offered more?
Well, perhaps I'd better explain, sir. I didn't expect the price to be so high. I can only pay 75% now. The remainder in 10 days with interest.
That is acceptable. You understand, Mr. Haney, the court will order you to forfeit the land if the balance due is not paid on or before the 10th day. And the sheriff is empowered to sell to the highest bidder on the spot.
Our friends in Omaha will send us the money on time.
Sold to Mr. Haney and the Grange.
You heard what he said, Haney. 10 days. Now don't you put a plow in that grassland till it's paid for in full. If you get in any trouble, don't come running to me.
We don't want any trouble, Sheriff.
It ain't what you want, farmer. It's what you're gonna get.
Let's get out of here.
Won't take long now. The bus wide open, I mean. Yes, sir. From now on, it's going to be a peck of fun. Pick yourself aside yet?
Neutral. Still neutral.
You said that before.
But I can afford to wait. I've only got me to worry about.
Mr. Coburn, we own the land now. The Grange can deed a fair portion to you if you'll help us organize. 40 acres like I promised.
40 acres. You couldn't run 10 cows on that, Mr. Haney, let alone a herd.
I believe God meant the Santa Cruz Basin to be used for farming. The way it furrows like drawing a stick through water. It's God's own soil, Mr. Coburn.
Ben Bodine might argue that point with you.
When Mr. Bodine sees the good we've done the community, he'll be just as proud as we will.
Look, don't you understand? You've taken the land he wants. He won't rest until he gets it back.
We're men of the Lord, Mr. Coburn. We want to live in peace. The good book tells us to turn the other cheek, and that's the way we believe.
Makes it pretty easy for Ben Bodine, don't it?
Does it? I don't think so. Bodine can burn my farm. He can hunt me down and kill me. Another man can just stand by and watch him do it and wait for his own gain. But there'll be a score of others to take my place. And in the end, we'll prevail. Ben Bodine. Why, he has only the span of his own lifetime, Mr. Coburn. But men who live by faith live in eternity.
Well, Mr. Haney, Ben Bodine says for me to tell you if you sell out to him now, he'll guarantee you a profit.
Well, the land belongs to the Grange now, Mr. Hondo. It's not mine to sell.
Yeah, I know, but see, the cattlemen, they're getting kind of worked up, and Ben, he wants to avoid trouble.
Well, I'm glad Mr. Bodine feels the way I do.
Now, you take my advice and sell out. Now, we don't want no saddle bumps in Tucson. Now, next time I see you, I'll finish that fight. Just don't be around. Ben says to give you till tomorrow morning to think it over. I'll be waiting in the Bay Steer for your answer.
Well, you have it now, Mr. Hondo. But I'll be glad to meet you tomorrow.
Looks like we've been told.
Oh, Mr. Hondo ain't really a bad sort. He's got a lot of good in him. With the Lord's help, I think we'll be friends.
Sammy, if he don't show up, I'm gonna hunt him down. Coburn. Blue chip.
You got something on your mind?
Yeah, to have a drink. Where's Haney?
I sent him home.
You sent him home? Well, I gotta get moving.
Something you want me to tell Haney?
No, it can wait.
Take a message to Ben Bodine for me. Tell him Haney won't be doing any business.
Yeah, sure thing, I'll tell him that.
Spread out. Somebody cover the back.
Easy, Cass.
Don't shoot, Chip.
You tell your vultures outside that we're leaving town together. If there's one shot fired, you're gonna be dead, Cass. Let's go. Come on.
Bring it up, boys. Don't fire.
Get up on that saddle, belly down. Go on. Go on.
Get your horses, we can still catch him. We might catch the blue chip. And the rest of his gang, too, waiting to pump lead into us. No thanks, Cass. You're gonna need lots of help if the blue chip starts moving, but not from me.
How about the rest of you?
How are you to know? You're supposed to know. That's what you're here for.
Well, he's been out of action for years. There ain't been no reward posters on him.
You're the sheriff. Start putting them up. For murder. Oh, wait. That bartender saw the killing. What about him?
No, I shipped him out right after it happened.
If he shows his face in Tucson, shoot him.
But this isn't getting the blue chip.
Don't worry. We'll get him. Tell Notches to get some men and raid every farm in the basin. Burn, steal, anything they want. Oh, and have one rider dressed as the blue chip.
Interest you.
Does this have to be our reading material for the trip?
I don't have to read it. I live it. But you won't try to understand that.
I'm making this trip to see Chip. Won't you please let me try to find him before you hunt him down?
I'll bring him to you, but I won't make any deals. He's killed a man, if nothing else. That should be enough.
I love him. I've loved him for a long time. When I was here months ago, you wouldn't let me see him. I might have been able to help then. This time I'm going to find him. And I'm not going to let you shoot him down in the street like a mad dog.
Katie, I'm letting you go with me on this trip for one reason. I'm going to show you what kind of a man he really is. I'm going to prove to you that you couldn't love a man like that. It's time to go.
I heard Brazos was coming to town, but you.
Slick. I had to come. John's going to kill Chip. He's not going to wait for a trial. Please, will you take me to him?
Half hour out back.
Thank you.
Was a mistake, Katie.
Was it? So is that.
Well, that's the way it is.
Chip, I came a long way for a reason, not for you to tell me that's the way it is.
Suppose you do.
Chip, you're in trouble. Let me help you. I know I can make John understand.
John sent you here to lecture me? You go back and tell him for me that...
What shall I tell him? Shall I tell him that you're robbing the rich to help the poor? And that all the stories that they're telling about you are lies because you say they are?
What would you have me do?
Give yourself up. I know you're innocent. What can John do if you go to him willingly? Oh, please, Chip, I know I'm right.
I don't think John would understand. I think he'd shoot first and ask questions afterwards.
Haney's coming up. He's at the top of the canyon.
I told him to stay away. Is he being followed?
No, he's alone.
Well, at least he's a friend.
Chip, I didn't deserve that.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry, Kitty.
Good day, my friend.
Mr. Haney, you shouldn't have come up here.
Mr. Coburn, I'm sore troubled. I must speak the truth in my heart.
If you got something on your mind, you go ahead and speak it.
They burned the Lowell farm last night. Almost Lasso whipped him to death. His wife and 3 grown sons have taken an oath that you were there.
Do you believe that, Mr. Haney?
We held a meeting. Everyone in the Grange is now sworn to treat you as an outlaw.
And you do believe it?
Mr. Coburn, I have faith in you. I know the kind of man you are. I know what you did for me. I know, too, that you've done penance for your past. But my friends won't listen. They say they've got to believe what they've seen with their own eyes.
And they don't see Ben Bodine in any part of this?
No. When that money comes on the Omaha stage tomorrow, we take it to the bank the next morning, the land will be ours. Mr. Bodine will accept us as friends.
You still don't understand. Bodine wants that land. He wants that land. That money may never get to the bank.
Indeed, you drink from the cup of bitterness, for you trust no man. Mr. Coburn, I'm your friend. I've sworn to turn my back on you, but I can't do it. You're not safe here. I want you to come home with me now. As long as you're in my house, I swear no man will raise a hand against you. Wait! I was at the Lowell farm last night. The blue chip fired at me and did this. And yet I forgive him.
Chip, I heard what he said. You've got to leave.
Kate, I came to Tucson for what I thought was a good reason. Well, maybe I found a better one.
Please, don't you see you don't stand a chance here?
I'll take my chance. The stage is coming in from Omaha with the money. Bodine knows about it. You make sure you get there before he does.
A little out of practice.
It'll all come back to you and take Kate to town. After that, you head for the border. Raise a hullabaloo. Make sure you're followed. Then double back on the trail east. I'm going to town to see our friend Cass and get an alibi.
A what?
Chip, what's this all about?
I'm going to visit with Bodine. Now, you make sure you bring everything to Haney from that stage, and I mean everything.
Chip.
Go on home, will you, Kate? I'm bad news for you.
got more dirt on your face than you plowed up, son. I've done 6 furrows, Ma. Your pa'll be proud of you. He'll have to be our hired man till his hand heals.
Why did they do that to him, Ma?
Some men are wicked without meaning to be, son. Even our friends.
Man coming, Ma!
What are you doing with that pitchfork in your hand, boy? Put it down. I'll talk to him. Good day, friend.
Howdy, ma'am. I'm John Brazos, United States Marshal. I'd like to talk to Clem Haney.
Welcome in peace. This is the Haney farm. My son, Tom.
Hello,
Howdy.
Mike.
I'm Mrs. Haney.
Told that your husband speaks for the farmers in the valley.
They have elected him as their spokesman.
Told that you're a friend of Blue Chip.
All men are our friends, Marshal.
I understand, ma'am. If I'd like to find Blue Chip, Mr. Haney should be able to tell me where he is.
He did us a great service.
Yes, well, you're speaking to the law, ma'am. I'd like a direct answer.
We should have hit first.
Haney, get your family off that farm. We're gonna burn it down. You hear me, Haney?
Get out of sight.
You hear me, Haney?
On my gun? What's he using, a cannon?
I never heard a gun like that.
Using a new kind of gun. Hear it? Sounds like one of them Winchesters.
Mrs. Haney. The Blue Chip.
We believed in him, Mr. Brazos.
Do you need any more proof?
Gonna make a all-day siege out of this?
Somebody's pretty handy with that Winchester.
Well, I'm not sticking around to see who.
Let's get out of here.
I heard the shooting 2 miles away. Thank the Lord you're both safe.
It was Mr. Brazos. He fought him off.
I'm grateful to you, friend.
He's a marshal, Pa.
Well, we heard you were in town, Marshal.
It was Blue Chip who raided your farm.
No, it wasn't him.
Marshall's right, Clem.
We all saw him in his fancy clothes.
Tom, Annie. I was with him a half hour ago. I'll take a vow on that.
It was Blue Chip. I know my brother.
Marshal, you're accusing an innocent man.
Chip, innocent? Now, my brother's full of tricks. It's like years ago, people swore he was in 3 places at one time. Right now, he has a badly shattered arm. He needs a doctor. I want you to take me to him.
I can't.
Well, what are we stopping here for?
Oh, Coburn. What is this?
I wanted to have a talk with you, Bodine.
Is this man in your custody, Sheriff?
Well, no, Ben.
What's he doing here?
You've been pulling a lot of raids around here and laying the blame at my doorstep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're pretty smart, but now you need me.
All right, I'll give you 2 minutes. After that, it'll be your duty, Cass, to arrest him and shoot him if he resists.
John? I saw Chip.
Where was he?
He was in a cabin on top of the canyon.
He just led another raid. Well, he got away, but he was wounded. He'll never hold a gun in his left hand again.
Did you see him?
I shot him.
No. He was with me. Slick was with us. There was even a farmer. He came riding up to tell Chip that even though everyone else didn't have any faith in him, he still did.
What was he wearing?
Nothing especially.
Wasn't wearing the Blue Chip outfit?
No.
Well, he killed a man. He'll stand trial for that, if nothing else.
You've heard the facts. We have a deal? Well, you admitted you were stopped. You need a ramrod to finish the job for you.
Job? What job?
The Omaha money coming in on the stage.
What makes you think I'd be interested in the Omaha money?
If that money gets to the bank on time, the farmers own the basin. Then the courts and the government will fight for them. That's why.
And what if it doesn't?
Well, if it doesn't, Cass here proposes an immediate sale. Now, if you happen to be standing next to him...
Are you proposing to hold up the Omaha State?
It's been done.
Yes, it has.
All right, boys, you know the layout.
Call it, Notches. He's here on business. Accompanying herewith is cash and the sum.
Something wrong?
Where is it? This has been opened. What do you know about this?
You mean, did I beat you there and double back? Why didn't you ask Cass?
That's right, Ben. He hasn't been down on my side all afternoon.
How about that partner of yours?
Well, he picked up supplies and headed for the border. One of the boys tailed him.
Well, somebody did it.
Oh, well, that's a clever remark.
Did you have to say that?
No, I didn't have to. I just felt like it.
I'm not being fooled. If you hate this ranch and me so much, you can clear out. A man is given only one chance to be big in this life. He can't let it slip through his fingers. I won't share my bed with any saddle tramp. I made a lady out of you. I made you somebody. When this valley's all mine, don't come crawling back. All right, Coburn, what happens now?
Maybe the farmers got the money. Maybe they didn't.
How will we know?
You won't know until tomorrow, if they go to the bank.
And if they don't head for the bank, I'm going to have to get that money from one of you.
We ain't got the money, Ben. The farmers have got it. The marshal's after them. I ain't fighting the government.
Got any ideas on that?
Yeah, you stop the farmers. But Brazos is mine. You understand that? Nobody kills Brazos except me.
What else do you want?
1,000 acres in the basin. A deal.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, but what he says makes sense. All right, tomorrow we head for town. You cover Brazos. If Chip doesn't kill him, we kill Chip as a fugitive. And somebody accidentally hits the marshal. It's a deal, Coburn. 1,000 acres and you run the show.
All right, here's the plan. This is the bank. The saloon is here. Livery stable's over here. The millinery shop's down here. You're going north to south.
I've got to talk to you.
Mrs. Bodine, isn't that right? Used to be Lou.
Please, may I come in? I'm begging you for Chip's life.
Chip killed a man. Raided the farmers, burned and pillaged. He showed no mercy. Why should I?
It was Ben, my husband. He threw all the blame on Chip. And Hondo's killing, there was a witness. Ben's holding him in exposition.
Why are you telling me all this now?
Because you've never given Chip an even chance. And now you've forced him on Ben's side.
I have?
They're going to try and stop the farmers from going to the bank tomorrow. Chip will be with them.
Chip is on Ben's side because it's easier that way. You're too late to cover up for him now. That is the only law that he understands.
boys.
That's far enough, Haney.
All right. We'll proceed on foot and attend to our business.
Get those farmers back where they came from.
These men are here on legitimate business.
They're armed, and this town has a no-gun law.
This town's been wide open ever since you've been sheriff.
I'm the law here, Marshal. And I'm enforcing it. Now.
I'll be responsible for every man here.
I'm warning you, Brazos. Drop those guns. You're butting into something that doesn't concern you, and you're leading the mob bent on trouble.
Well, in that case, we'll disperse. Spread out, men. Conduct yourself as law-abiding citizens.
Do as he says, boys.
You're defying the law. Hold it, Brazos. I'll let you have both barrels. Chip Coburn! Chip, get in here!
Is he your trigger man? Is he the one who's supposed to finish me off? Is that your play?
Hold it! Hold it! I'm here to preserve law and order, and that's what there'll be. Now clear the street. You heard me, Haney. Get those sodbusters out of town. I'll give you a count to 5 to clear out. If you don't, I'll empty it into him. I mean business.
Start counting.
1. 2.
Leave it where it is.
Where'd you come from?
Started off at the border, but I changed my mind. Let's take a walk on the street, nice and easy.
Let's join him. Come on.
Go on, Cass, count.
3.
Did a good job last night, Slick.
Glad you're happy. Didn't figure on this.
Keep counting, Cass.
3.
You said 3, it's 4.
4. 'I ain't gonna like this, Coburn.
No, I don't suppose he will.
Why the switch? What's the beef?
You better make sure that first charge gets me instead of Brazos. Or I may get you in Bragg.
That remains to be seen.
Count should be 5, Sheriff.
No. No, I won't do it. Let Bodine do his own killing.
Supposing you pick up the count, Blue Chip.
5.
Chip.
I love you, Lou. I've always loved you. Come on.
I'll be waiting in the doctor's office, John. We'll go back to Prescott together.
No, I'm going back alone. We have exposition. There's a barkeep I want to have a talk with. Just thought you'd like to know.
Thanks, John.
40 acres, Chip. All the land a man requires.
Remember what you said just before we left Prescott? You were wrong. I still love him.